Hi guys, welcome to Crypto Bin 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. And this is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show where we trade it and we do not gamble it. My name is Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, aka KC the Great, and as you all know, this is the only place where we discuss everything that matters in the crypto space every day of the week. All right, if you're just joining for the first time, thanks for joining, and I bet you will not regret for joining us on this great show. And if you look at it, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do that right now. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can always get notified when I come live or I drop any content. All right, today is Friday, the 28th of November 2025, and the BTC is trading at 91,000 US dollars. And if you look at it, it looks as if the selling pressure is easing off gradually, but is it now totally off? Are we now to say we can come all in, even though we had an entry yesterday, which I told you guys to get into the market at 90,000 yesterday, thereabout, or 91,000, depending on when you watch the video, that we now have a confirmation and we have a buy back in the Bitcoin. But like I told you, remember, we are in a downtrend now. If you draw your trend line, you're gonna see we are what? We are in a downtrend, and the possibility of where I'm expecting us to touch again, even though we're going higher back, should be probably around 108, 103, or 116 thereabout. That is where I'm thinking we could move back to. But before that, like I said yesterday, we need to break the important place, which is these higher high. We need to break it at 93 or 94,000. If you fail to break that, that means the market will still continue to drop. And like I told you guys, the bear market might be in the session, but it's not activated yet. For me, or to my opinion, I will accept the bear cycle is in play after we break below 75,000 US dollars. But anything above that, we could still move back up to touch the all-time or create a new all-time. Remember, the bull run is still in session. We have a month plus before we can now say the bull run it's over, and until then we just need to stick to what is going on the chart. All right, without wasting our time, what are we going to do on the chart today? Is very simple, but before I do that, let me share the link in the community. And if you've not joined the community, you're welcome to join the Instacash trading community. It's for free signals and educational content where you can learn and you can still earn. But remember, everything on this show is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research and trade with the money you can afford to lose. Join the live now. Okay, so that's that. So what do we need to do on the chart to wrap up the week? The truth is the market is still a buy. Is Bitcoin still a buy? Yes, Bitcoin is still a buy, but there is a catch. And this is what I'm going to tell you. Remember, we got an entry at $90,000 thereabout. That was yesterday. Or let's say you enter at 91,000 thereabout. Remember, we now have an independent daily candle, which was what happened yesterday. And for us to have an independent daily candle, that means it has now created where we should leave the market in case the market pulls back. You must understand that. That means we now have where we should leave the market in case the market pulls back. Remember, we are still in a downtrend. And whenever you're in a downtrend, we're going to see a pullback in form of a little bit retracement or in form of a little bit pullback, not like an impulse movement. This is not an impulse movement, rather it's like a kind of retracement movement. An impulse movement will be a candle that will break above the 94,000 or 96,000 without creating a structure. But now we didn't have that, rather we got a structure inside the whole movement between 94 and 80,000 US dollars. So what do we need to do? We just need to make sure we put our stop out, our stop order at 90,000. If the market should break 90,000, please leave the market. Forget about maybe it breaks, it is now recovering back. That means the structure or that movement is invalidated. Please leave the market. If the market should break 90, and I'm going to show you example. Look at this when we broke above 104. What happened? We had an independent candle and we saw what? An engulfing candle breaking at that 104. And I told you guys, please leave the market at that 104. It was our entry point. At the same time, we exit the market at the same point. So don't be greedy. Don't act funny like, oh, no, maybe it's going to go higher. Leave the market if the market should break below 90,000 today. And I'll show you another example. Here is another great, good example I want to show you right here. Look at this place when we have a structure that we break above it. What happened? The market did not create a kicker, but the moment we saw a kicker here, what happened? The market dropped down back to 107 or 108 rather from 117. So do not joke with a kicker, especially if you're a spot trader or you're an investor on a higher time frame. It's a big signal, because what a kicker does, it shows you that the seller has now, or they have now pulled below where the buyers are struggling to hold on to. So whenever you see that, you need to leave the market. So with BTC, is it a buy right now? Yes, Bitcoin is a buy now from yesterday at around 90,000, 91,000. It's a buy. But please put your stop out or your stop order or leave the market if you see it breaking below 90,000. The reason why I'm saying this is because it might happen when the show will not be on air. It might happen during the weekend. It might happen when I'm not recording. So whenever you see the market breaking, this candle you're seeing right here, which is the low is now at 90,000. Remember, you see the market breaking 9,000. Please and please leave the market. Our entry was at 90,000 thereabouts. So indirectly, it's kicking us out at our entry point. And that means the market is not going to move higher. And we could see the market now dropping down to create a double bottom. You understand? Or we wait for it to pull down to 0.781 Fibonacci, then we can get into the market. So that is what we need to take note of. So BTC is still a buy, guys, but it has now created a stop out for us, which is at 90,000, almost the same place where we enter. But maybe most of you watched this video late and you got in at 91,000. It's still fine. Leave the market if we should break below 90,000 today. All right, that's that regarding Bitcoin and where we need to leave the market. With altcoins, most of the altcoins didn't actually give us an entry throughout the week, but let's take a look at them. And we're going to take a look at Ethereum. Look at ETH. ETH did not give us a buy, so it's still in the sell mode. I shouldn't tell you where you get out of the market, because you shouldn't be in the market at the first place. So ETH is not a buy. Let's take a look at Link. Link also is not a buy. It has not given us structure, so it's still in sell. You can see I put ETH in red. I put Link in red because it's still in a sell mode. But BTC changed to green yesterday when we broke 90,000 US dollars. You understand? So if you're still in the trade, it's a good trade. Hold on to your trade. But remember, it's for sports traders and investments. investors, excuse me, if you are future derivatives, options, margin traders, where you use leverage and all that, join my Telegram channel, my Discord channel for free signal daily and some educational content. And remember, it's not financial advice, it's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your research and trade. Well, so that's that regarding BTC, Ethereum, and Chainlink. Let's now jump into AAVE. AAVE now has created what we call an impulse movement inside the major inside the major structure. But do we need to get into the market? No. I told you guys the reason why I don't like to trade any structure inside the major structure is as if you are trading a lower time frame of the main time frame you're using. So it's like you're doing daily trading or you're doing leverage trading, and that will create you going in and out, and that is not good for investors or spot traders. It's good for leverage traders because they can set their stop loss, use leverage to make the money back. But for spot traders and investors, swapping, moving your money from USDT to BTC, from this to that, they are charging you, and that is going to tell on your portfolio. So I do not encourage that. So for AAV, yes, we've seen an impulse movement, but we need what? A confirmation. And the impulse movement did not even start with a green candle. It started with a red candle from the low, and that shows it's not a buy yet. Let's wait for structure before we get into the market. What about Solana? If you take a look at Solana, Solana created a new low, but it has not given us a structure. You can see I leave it in red as well. Please stay away from Solana. It's not a buy yet, although it has given me a hand that shows that we might have a structure, but until the confirmation is done, I do not advise you to get into the market. Let's take a look at BNB. Yesterday I told you BNB created a buy at around 877, but now it has invalidated that buy because we can see this is now a kicker. Even though the candle is not an independent kicker like Bitcoin, we can still take precautions and watch it closely. I can tell you hold on to it, but for me seeing this kicker, okay, you can see it's not breaking above the previous candle, so I won't say it's an independent daily candle, but for the sake of us not taking too much risks, if it breaks below 835, I'm expecting us to leave the market, or we can leave the market now and just take this little gain that BNB has given us. Remember, I told you to enter 877 and it's trading at 885, and we've seen an invalidation of a kicker. You understand? Either it's an independent kicker or not. Whenever I see a kicker, I like to leave the market because be it an independent or not. Okay, let's flash back and take a look at some. Look at here, this was not an independent kicker and the market dropped. Look at here again, not an independent kicker, the market dropped. Look at here, let me look for another one. Look at, I'm looking for another good example to show you guys. Let's look for another one. Okay, look at here again. This was not an independent kicker and the market dropped. So the moment I see a kicker, either independent or not, I like to leave the market. I don't mind if the market later retrace. I don't mind. I'll wait for another entry, because the best thing, like I used to tell you, is better you are not trading forcefully and you save your money than you want to trade forcefully and you lose your money. It's better you make the little gain it has given us now than you want to stay in it to have the full confirmation of a kicker and the market now drop down to that 85 and you lose that money. So for now, for the sake of this kicker that has been invalidated, I'm going to turn this into red. That means I'm advising you to leave the market and take the little gain you've made from the entry I gave you from 877 to what? To 885. No matter whatever you make, depending on your lot size, depending on how much you have, it's a little bit, because that is how many percentage? That is about 1.30%. So no matter how small it is, it's better you make that and you stay away from the market. I'm not saying the movement is what? is done yet, because whenever you have a kicker, it shows that there's possibility the market will pull down, and maybe the market will pull down to, let's say, around 850. Then it will start moving back. But if you leave the market now, then you buy at 850. Which one is good? Buying at 850 is the best. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So that's why I'm saying you could or can leave the market right now with BNB. But for the purpose of the show, I'm going to turn into red because we have the kicker. Then we're going to look for, okay, I'm going to put it in yellow because it's not as if the structure is invalidated. I'll leave it in yellow because we can still get into the market again at, let me even put it down so we know where we're getting back into the market. So we can get back into the market back at 850, between 850 and 836. So we're going to look for entry right there. But for now, we can leave the market because kicker is dangerous. I'm not going to lie to you, especially when you have a bearish kicker. It will deceive you as if it's going back up. Then you're going to see that drop candle drop down, and you'll be like, oh, if you have waited, it might not hit your stop loss because the main stop loss is at 835 thereabout. The market might not get there, but what I'm trying to say is if you leave the market now, then you buy at that down, you're going to make more asset, except you won't have time to get back into the market. You can leave your trade and let it drop down a little bit before it moves up. But like I said, I'll put it in yellow because it has now invalidated the structure, but the market is still in a buy. It's not in a sell yet. It will become a sell when we break below 835 thereabout. So that's that regarding BNB. Let's now check what LTC is doing, which is Litecoin. And I told you guys Litecoin is still a buy because we saw a structure above 105, and the stop loss for investors and sports traders is around $80, and it has been dropping drastically since then, but it keeps respecting this $80 zone. So let's see if it's going to break it. If it should break below $80, please leave the market. And if you're not in the market yet, wait for confirmation. We're going to get another confirmation to get into the market, and you can use that to get back into the market. All right, let's take a look at SUI. SUI is not a buy. Stay away from it. What about AVAX? AVAX is not a buy. Please stay away from it. What about ADA? That's Cardona. Cardona is not a buy. Stay away from it. What about XRP? XRP, the same thing. It's not a buy. Please stay away from it. Even though XRP has been holding on so strong. I keep saying this for like 2 weeks now. Every other asset or project, they've dropped down below the black swan that we had in October 10, but yet XRP is holding on strong. So that is even giving me an kind of an idea that someone can get into the market right now, but at the same time I'm looking at it like, no, stick to the plan, let a structure break out or let it drop into the buying zone. You can see I leave it in yellow because it's looking very strong compared to other asset. Let's take a look at Ton coin. Ton coin is not a buy. Please stay away from it. Yes, we have a buy right here with Ton coin, but this is a minor structure inside the major structure. It could turn back anytime, and that is not good for investors and spot traders. It's only good for leverage trader, people that do daily trading, that use leverage, that take a look at the screen every now and then. This is an entry for them. They could get into the market now. But for investors and spot traders, it might just move a little bit, then it start dumping, and you'll start saying, oh, why did I get into the market? So please stay away from Ton coin. What about A-Star Dex? If you take a look at A-Star Dex, the same thing I told you, is being a sell and has been dropping, trading at 1.1 right now. Please stay away from it. Please stay away from it. What about pump.fun? Pump.fun also is not a buy. We've not tested a new low. Excuse me, pump.fun is a buy because we break this major structure, then we invalidated it. That gave us little profit some weeks ago, and yesterday I told you it's a buy. You can see I changed it to green. It's still in green, and that means it's still a buy. So pump.fun is still a buy, and stop loss will be at 0.0026. So if you are into pump.fun, you can hold on to that. What about Ondo? Ondo is not a buy. Please stay away from it. What about Zcash? Zcash is not a buy. And this is really funny. Zcash keeps dropping. Zcash is not a buy. We are going to do what wait for a buy before we get into the market. And that's what I have for you regarding altcoin this money. If you have any other altcoins or any other project I am not analyzing or showing the chart, you might DM me or contact me or comment in the comment section, and I'll add it to what I'm going to add it to the chart list, and we can discuss that together. All right, let's check the meme token. But before we do that, if you're still watching the show till now, you like what we're doing on this great platform, CryptoBin 101, please and please subscribe to the channel, share, like, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can always be part of the greatness that has been happening on this show. And if you can follow us, you can follow us on other social media platforms like X, Facebook, and TikTok. It's still the same, and do CryptoBin 101, and that is the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. All right, let's dive right into the meme tokens. And if you look at Dogecoin is maintaining top 10, and I love that. It's been only strong above a lot of altcoins. Imagine a meme coin maintaining top 10 for months, and I don't think we're going to see any meme coin do that, or maybe in the future we're going to see something like that. But for now, kudos to Dogecoin. But do we need to buy Dogecoin now as an investor or a spot trader? No, please stay away from Dogecoin for now until maybe it drops below 0.11 or drop into the buying zone, or we break above the structure, then we can buy Dogecoin. What about Shiba Inu? Shiba Inu is not a buy. It's almost dropping to almost touching the buying zone, but not yet. And we're having a structure on the inside the major structure here, but we're not going to use it. But I'm just saying we are seeing a little bit rally from Shiba Inu, and you can see it has gained about 1.12% in the last 24 hours, but it's not a buy yet. I'll leave it in red. Stay away from it. What about Pepe? Pepe is not a buy as well. Stay away from it. What about Popcat? Popcat is not a buy. Stay away from it, although it should have dropped into the buying zone. Let me see. Let's take a look at this movement. Yes, it has touched the buying zone, but let's see if we're going to break above the 0.112 today, then we can use, but weekend I won't be recording. But let's see if it's going to break about 0.1122. Maybe we're going to see an entry thereabout. Maybe by Monday, I'll give you guys a good entry or something you need to do. What about Trump token? Trump token is a sell. Please stay away from it. It's still in red. Stay away from it. What about Millennia token? It's Millennia token drop into the buying zone. No structure yet. You can wait for confirmation. But if you are into the market already from 15 cents, you can hold on to that because your stop loss is still at 0.08. What about Notcoin? Notcoin is not a buy. Stay away from it. What about Deep? Deep has created a new low, so we're waiting for a break of structure to happen. Maybe over the weekend, then on Monday, we're going to have a good entry for Deep as well. Let's take a look at X. X is not a buy yet, even though we have a new low, and I love that when a project creates a new low. So, but don't get into the market yet. It's not a buy. We need to break above 0.00002567 before we can confirm that. What about Swamp? Swamp is not a buy as well. Created a nice movement, but we need a break of structure before we can jump on that. So that's what I have for you on the meme token chart analysis this money. If you have any meme project or any token you want me to talk about or take a look at, please and please just comment or DM me. I'm going to add it to the list of the project or the tokens we're discussing on this show, the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show. And this is the only place where we trade it and we do not gamble it. But before I leave the chat segment of the show, let's take a look at the bonus that I've been giving you, which is gold. Yes, gold has been a buy since I gave you entry at $4,045. And if you're a leverage trader, you would have made a lot of money. If you are a spot trader or you're an investor, you would have made about 2.82% as well. So that is not bad in anything. So where is gold stop loss? You can see we have this massive movement, then we have retracement, then we saw the market creating a higher high and higher low again. So do we need to get into gold? Gold is still a buy. From 4,050, gold is still a buy, and your stop loss will now be, it's still at 3,009 thereabouts. So gold is still looking strong. What I'm waiting for gold, I'm expecting gold to create a new high and probably now invalidate that new high candle, if at all we're going to see the market drop down. But it's gold still a buy. If you're holding on to it from the signal I give you, gold is still a buy. But remember, it's not financial advice, it's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you trade and invest with the money you can afford to lose. So that's that regarding chart analysis this morning, guys. And BTC is still a buy, but remember I told you stop out at 90,000 US dollars. Anything below 90,000, please leave the market. That means the kicker has been activated. Either we saw retracement or not, we need to wait for another entry. So that's that regarding chart analysis. Let's now check the market as a whole and see how the market is reacting to all these things we're seeing. You can see we're dropping a little bit back, but we're still maintaining the 3 trillion US dollars. The market is at 3.190 trillion US dollars, and this trading volume is a little come, over 24 hours, only 100 or 113 billion US dollar what we've seen. That is not really impressive, but we are entering into weekend. Maybe we're going to see that pump happening on Sunday. So look at the trending tokens right here: Mona, Turbo, Pi Network, and top gainers ETA 6900 is still among them. That is really good, but we can't cannot do without checking the top 10 cryptocurrency every day of the week to know what cryptocurrency is doing good. But I feel like the ranking still remain the same. Nothing has changed from Bitcoin being number 1, Ethereum number 2, Theta number 3, XRP number 4, BNB number 5, Solana number 6, USDC at number 7, Tron number 8, Lido Stake number 9, and Dogecoin still maintaining top 10. You can see nothing has really changed on the cryptocurrency ranking, and if you're interested in knowing where your project sits on the crypto market ranking, you might want to check that out on CoinGecko.com. Now let's check what the event of the day will look like. But yesterday when we checked, nothing is going to happen today like that, but we still need to check, and I'm right. You can see no good or important data is coming out yesterday. Yesterday was Thanksgiving and it was a public holiday in United States, but today as well, not much we need to be expecting. That means we are going to be taking a look at the economic calendar from next week to see what data we need to be expecting from that. So that's what I have for you on the show this morning, but we cannot end the show without knowing what fear and greed looks like. And for the first time in a very long time in this bull run, we are experiencing extreme fear in a straight 14 days or 2 weeks rather. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is really, really insane. But like I told you, buy the dip when the market starts to appreciate. Don't just keep buying the dip blindly and the market keeps dipping. But what is happening right now, extreme fear right now is sitting at 25%. Yesterday was extreme fear as well at 22%. Last week was extreme fear at 14%, and last month has now turned into neutral. And that is what the crypto market sentiment analysis is telling us regarding the cryptocurrency market at large. All right, guys, thanks for joining me this morning again on this wonderful show, the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. I'm Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, aka KC the Great, and until I catch you on Monday, where I bring to you great news, great chart analysis, and how our portfolio has been improving or doing. Please stay out of trouble, trade well, and remember, it's not how many trades you take, but how much profit or how much money you make. Until I catch you tomorrow, on Monday, excuse me. It's peace out.